close of Young Indian Parliaments 2.0. I have the honor and also the very challenging job of standing between you and your buses back home. But don't straight from the heart. So first and foremost, a huge thank you to Young Indians and CII for Zero has truly been a living example of what unfolds. The impact of the powerful Zero are valuable lesson, and this experience will serve as a strong foundation that will take you far. Thank you once again, and I know all of you would know. We have never seen anyone be so open and accepting that they are work in progress. I think it's something that we take and we learn from you today, sir. Thank you so much for being frank. We are sure you will do breathing, dreaming, I think eating Wi-Fi 2.0, supported by the ever reliable Kritik. So haven't they done a great job?
As I earlier said, not less than 20 people are saved. There are other people, and I wish probably know something. We have something like ICF happening over here. In fact, recently I made a special request. Now they have in fact announced a 300 crore workshop, especially in Trichy. No, I don't see. I mean, Trichy is good, but you go to some villages, very backward villages, especially in Pudukkottai district. Pudukkottai also comes within my constituency. There are villages where people drink probably they don't get good potable water. I mean, probably we are probably not in the 21st century, and probably India is being said the fourth largest economic power, and yet the common man, no, he's devoid of certain basic rights and duties. This should change.
Thank you, sir.
You probably know. I mean, we have nearly 39 MPs over there. All are Tamilians.
Sir, how what?
See, in Tamil Nadu, what I say is not only Tamil Nadu. Generally, if you are interested in public service, and probably if you want to.
And Arhan asked me again soon, and there are so much of cases coming up. I would like to listen from you, sir.
See, because we have enough laws. The government brought in a new law a couple of months back to ensure more protection for women, to ensure that no probably offenders are punished. But even with the new laws, existing laws and new laws, society is evolving. Not only Tamil Nadu, not only India as a whole. You talk about you look at the developed economies. For example, Europe, some of the countries in Europe, some of even USA, these are developed economies where the literacy level is very high. But even there, we have crime. We have crime against women. But India as a whole, if you look into Tamil Nadu, the percentage of crime is not as high as the northern states, especially crime against women. If you look into the National Crime Records Bureau, which has got the data, here it is less. Here it is more safe. But as I earlier said, there can be enough laws. There can be new laws which can be brought in. But the change has to come from the public. And you have this drug culture everywhere. Drug culture is not only here in Tamil, it is everywhere in India. It is everywhere throughout the world, and it is increasing at an alarming rate. Even in schools we find probably kids. You can't blame politicians, you can't blame the government. The change has to come from the public. Everybody has got the right to practice his religion. You can be a Hindu, go pray in a temple. If you are a Christian, go to the church. If you are a Muslim, go to the dargah. Probably if you are a non-believer, if you are an atheist, you can preach, but don't without hurting the sentiments of religious people. That is one thing. A religious, a casteless society, and next thing is probably we should be above religion. And next thing is, as I said, when you talk about corruption and so many things, for that to probably change, probably we have to change. That's the main point I'm putting across.
Change பண்ணனும் அப்படிங்கற மாதிரி நிறைய விஷயம் சொல்லிருந்தீங்க. But isn't it the government's responsible? Like government வந்துட்டு laws implement பண்ணலாம், இல்ல punishments, penalties. இப்போ for example helmet wear பண்ணாததுக்கு penalties வந்துட்டு increase பண்ணலாம். So அப்ப வந்துட்டு government வந்துட்டு like the public wouldn't do the mistake again. Or you said people are voting for money. அதுக்கு awareness spread பண்ணலாம், because one of my relatives they stood for the ward election. அங்க வந்துட்டு people didn't know about election and voting system properly, so they weren't aware about it. And also many people voted for members voted for people ஏகனே ஆக்டிங்ல இருப்பாங்க இல்லையா. So அந்த people அந்த rural sideல எல்லாமே we'll vote for this actor அப்படிங்கற மாதிரி சொல்லிருந்தாங்க, even though if it's election. So I think that it is not the public's fault. Like everything, yes, as much as I said, it is truly true that public must change. Public fault to irukku, but government should also put effort in it, right? So what's
See, for example, like we just compare two countries, okay? Or three different countries. You go to the Middle East, the punishment is so stringent. They'll cut your head off, they'll cut your hands off. It's so stringent, people are so scared. But then we speak about no lack of democracy over there. Then we can talk about Singapore. Singapore, the crime rate is absolutely nil, in fact. But then the legal process over there in Singapore, it is probably it doesn't allow space for there are some times when even innocents are punished. But in India, we have such a elaborate, such a strong judiciary which takes care of it. So it is a mix of both good and bad. India, as I said, as we know, is the largest democracy, and people have their rights in everywhere. And you elect governments. You, in fact, if you probably don't like a policy, you can change it. That thing, that's why I say like the change has to come from you, because we are living in a democracy. So if you are in Singapore, I can bring any law. See to that the public, they don't indulge in it at all. Probably if you are in the Middle East, there are countries where the punishment is so stringent. But in India, we cannot do that. நீங்க ஏதாவது நான் சட்டம் கொண்டு வர வச்சுக்கோங்க, அடுத்த எலெக்ஷன் தோக்கடிச்சிருவீங்க. ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான ஒரு சட்டம், நல்ல சட்டம் நான் கொண்டு வந்தேன்னா அது எல்லாரும் ஏத்துக்குவீங்கன்னா கிடையாது. அப்பதான் என்னன்னா அரசியல்ல நாங்க என்ன சொல்றோம்னா, நானே பேசும்போது இது பண்ணும்போது ஐயோ இதெல்லாம் பேசிடாதீங்க, ஜனங்க நம்ம ஓட்டு போட மாட்டாங்க. அது அதனால தான் சொல்றேன், அந்த மாற்றம் உங்ககிட்ட இருந்து வரும் நான் சொல்றேன். அது என்னைக்கு வருதோ நீங்க சொன்னீங்க அரசியலும் கிடையாது, நல்ல மனுஷன் ஒருத்தர் கொடுத்தாங்க. இந்த காலில் விழுற கலாச்சாரம் இல்லாம கல்யாண வீடுகள் போகும்போது ஏன் நானும் கெஸ்டா கூப்பிடுறாங்க கால நான் சொல்றேன் உங்களுக்கு, அதுவும் சொல்றேன் நம்ம சுயமரியாதை தன்மானத்தை பத்தி பேசுறோம். அரசியல்வாதிங்க காலை விடக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்றேன். உங்களுக்கு அம்மா அப்பா காலை விழுங்க, நம்பிக்கை கடவுள் நம்பிக்கை கோயில போய் விழுங்க. எந்த வித அரசியல்வாதி காலை விட அந்த கலாச்சாரம் மாறணும். அசிங்கமான காரியம் நீங்க கடவுள் என்னைக்கு நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அன்னைக்கு அரசியல்வாதி விட மாட்டான்.
But